All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the first episode of the Savage Pokepod. I've got my co-host with me over here, Kota from Kota Collects. He will be joining. We will be joining forces to bring you guys a weekly podcast style. What's hot in the Pokemon atmosphere in the Pokemon realm? And yeah, Kota, do you want give us a little introduction? Who are you? How you got here? You know, all the things, but quick.
What's going on? I'm Kota from Kota Collects. I am the world's biggest perfect order defender, and I run a YouTube channel talking about Pokemon card business and market stuff. And I've been running a business on and off, getting back into it after a little bit of a burnout. But have a lot of fun talking about that kind of stuff over there if you want to check it out. But I'm excited to be able to talk about, because you guys don't know, me and Sav talk about this stuff for hours at a time at times. So it's nice to
Offline.
have other people have to listen to it.
Offline, we might as well put it. Yeah, we might as well broadcast it. Is
That's right.
exactly right,
Everybody else can listen to it.
dude. This is so fun. And guys, I met Coda doing this. Like, I joined them in a podcast style about it. Was it a year ago? I mean, it was
It was a
definitely.
year
I
ago. It
think we
was,
talked about Journey Together as one of the first things. So it's coming up
yep.
on a year for sure. And burnout, we should definitely be something that we talk about on this as well. But I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're willing to join. And yeah, so and like you said, you're the the world's biggest perfect order defender. So let's kick it off with perfect order. Um, honestly, I don't. I want to hear why you're the biggest defender. I again, it for me, it's hard because I don't play the game, and that's what people have said is like where like Zygarde is big in the Legends game right now, and I've not
Yeah.
played it, so that's kind of like where I am disconnected from it, and I don't know if that's where a lot of the people that typically do TCGs are disconnected from it. But clearly, Pokemon's got this plan, right? They release a game, Legends EA. It's mega Pokemon driven. Then the mega era in TCG comes out. Obviously, they're very smart in how they plan these things, right? So
Yeah.
let us know why you're the biggest defender here.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't think it's a great set. Spoiler. It's a Zygarde is one of those Pokemon that since Gen 6, which Gen 6 was Gen 5 and Gen 6 are when I got back into the Pokemon games. Uh it's it's going to be fine. Here's the problem. The reason I call myself the biggest defender of it is because people are saying this is going to be what crashes the market. And when you said about the Journey Together podcast, when we did that podcast, the question was, is this the set that's going to reach everything?
Dude,
Look
that
up the price of a Journey Together booster box right now. It's still 250 or
yep.
240. It's somewhere in there. The thing is, I've been hearing, oh, this is gonna be this is gonna be below MSRP. This is gonna crash, this is gonna tank, this is gonna be the reset. One, Pokemon's releasing this in the middle of their Ascended Heroes releases. They know
I
what they're doing.
you know what? That's a good point. I also think that that was a strategic move on their part, right? They are so we now know that this set is going to be the smallest set in that Pokemon's released. I don't know what the year was. I want to say it's close to 8 to 10 years. I think it was
It's been a
before.
while.
I think it was in the Sun and Moon era. I believe was the last set that was this small. So I think it was very strategically done that it's the smallest set in a minute because they're releasing their biggest set ever with Ascended Heroes. So,
Yep.
and we can kind of save Ascended Heroes for another day because it's definitely a behemoth in its own right. But like, I think that because of how that's happening, but it's also the release schedule is weird. This is going to be on shelves. This will be things that people will pick up or be able to pick up, if they want to.
And the other thing is, looking at the Pokemon Center release, right? When they released it last week, they
Yeah.
had the perfect order release of the booster boxes and everything. The interesting thing was the elite trainer boxes lasted like half the time that the Ascended Heroes did.
Yeah.
The booster boxes, though, lasted longer than the elite trainer boxes.
Yeah, that's interesting. I
Um,
mean, well, price point definitely has something to do with it, right? I think that
yeah,
also
but
factors.
usually with so take Mega Evolutions or Phantasmal Flames.
Yeah,
The booster boxes were out. I was able, because of my job, I'm able to kind of like be on
same.
top of that stuff. And I was in the queue pretty quickly, and I was in there within 20 minutes, got my ETBs, the booster boxes were gone for both those sets.
Yeah.
Um, Now I don't know what that means because the for each of those, the Elite Trainer box lasted a lot longer. Like we're talking like 2, 3, 4 hours. Perfect Order, I think it was like an hour, hour and a half maybe
Yeah.
that they had this come out. I don't know if that means that they have shorter printed it. I'm hearing that it's not expected to be a huge like it's not gonna be like, ah, this is what they printed a bunch of.
Right.
So I'm curious as to how they're gonna approach that and if this is the journey together to Destined Rivals. This is a set.
Yeah.
Here's Mega Zygarde. Lily's Clefairy was the face of the other one, which it's a good card, but at the same time, it's not anything special. This
Nothing
that
great.
set is what everybody said was gonna be the crash the market. Now they're saying this is gonna crash the market. I think it's gonna be specific people are gonna love it, and we don't know. Think about Stellar Crown. I don't remember who I saw make this point. Stellar Crown, the chase in that set isn't a SIR. It's not one of the pack arts. It's Bulbasaur and Squirtle.
Yep.
We don't what if they have a Charmander in here?
Honestly, that's like the power of the Gen 1 Pokemon, I think. You see it across
Yeah.
Scarlet and Violet. But yeah, I don't know. Again, to your point, like we'll never know like the print runs and how they do it. Um I mean, it doesn't have a Charizard in it. It's coming right after a Charizard set. That set, Phantasmal Flames, is also on the smaller side. It almost has that
Yeah.
Charizard or Bust type feel to it. When I'm ripping it live, it is a little bit of a burn when you don't do it. But I mean, look, there's other beautiful cards in there as well. Like I know both of us come to like love and respect the fact that Pokemon is doing the best it's ever done with artwork and really using
Mhm.
that as like a driving factor for a lot of people, like whether it's the artist that people are collecting or just the Pokemon in that type of artwork, like collecting all illustration rares, which I know you're starting to do something like that, right? With your
Yeah.
Gigantech. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Let's try and let me try and share this real quick and see if we can pull
Mhm.
this up just so we can take a look. Boom.
I'm still
All right.
here.
I'm still here. So this is what the booster box looks like, and it looks like Mega Era is going to be something that um we're getting these black with the neon greens and pinks and purples and the booster boxes. It looks very plain to me coming out of Scarlet and Violet, where we've had probably one of the better looking booster boxes with, and the last booster box we got was with a Mewtwo and a Giovanni on it with Destined Rivals. I think that these are kind of like a little plain, but I mean, again, when you look at what's supposed to be driving the set, let's see, what do we got here? So this is Zygarde, yeah.
Yep.
And I don't know anything about Zygarde. Is it a legendary? Is it a legendary? One
So
of the gens?
Zygarde, let's have a little history lesson.
Yeah.
Uh, Zygarde is the legendary, the third legendary from Gen 6 from Kalos,
Okay.
where it was like you had Xerneas, which was like the giver of life essentially, and then Yveltal being the death bringer in the storyline. And then Zygarde was had an ability called Aura Break. So it basically was like it's the Rayquaza attempt of Gen 6. It's
Ooh.
these two have are like antithesis of each other, and then there's Zygarde in the middle. Whereas like yeah, Kyogre and Groudon in on the other sides, and the Rayquaza who's infinitely better being in the middle. Zygarde is one of those Pokemon
Huh.
that no one actually cares all that much about, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
Because I'm like
I don't.
Rayquaza or Rayquaza, however you pronounce it. That Rayquaza is a popular Pokemon. Like you put
Yeah,
that card in a full art, an SIR, an alt art. I mean, one of the best cards art wise and value wise in Sword and Shield era. But like, yeah, so I didn't even know they were actually together, which is interesting. You got Clefable, so Mega Clefable. So are these like
I
wings?
love my little acorn head.
Are these like
I
wings?
love that Pokemon.
Is it like
Yeah,
okay?
it's a fairy flying type now.
Okay, so interesting. And again,
Yep.
I mean, Clefairy, Clefable, they're first gen Pokemon as well. So we'll see how far this goes. I did see an article where they showed I guess the TCG renderings to the game versions of the Pokemon, and I do like how they're
It was yeah, just like the Kin Sugimori art
yeah, I do
ones.
like
Yeah,
that.
I saw that.
This is going to be very interesting. People are comparing this to Patrick. Someone said it. I'm like, yo, I don't think I could unsee that
You
correlation
just gave
now.
him
And
legs.
I'm like, what am I? What are we looking at? I mean, it's going to
I
be
just
very
named mine
interesting.
legs with like 6 G's, just legs.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens with this. I mean, look, you give us another Misty Starmie, and that could be something that pops off.
Yeah.
Um, and then very weird, very odd choice here. I see you kind of agreeing here. I don't know where you don't know where I'm going, but I think you might. Why do we have just a regular Meowth? That is like I don't know
Never.
where this fits in. I mean, Meowth is he's Meowth, so but it's not Mega
If
or
there's
anything.
anything that was genuinely concerning to me about this set, it's the fact that they didn't have a fourth Pokemon.
Yeah,
Like it's not something that got a new Mega. He didn't get a new anything. He just had an illustration rare in Phantasmal
yeah,
and in Dust and
and in
Rivals.
Destined Rivals, yeah. What do you think of the ETB boxes?
Well, your Discord server kind of ruined the first one for me.
That's so true.
To be fair, when I play the game,
That's
I
Kelly the
stream
goat.
the game. Yeah. I streamed the game, and when Zygarde Megas, I just looked at it and I was like, I this is just doesn't make any sense. I get it, kind of. It's just like, oh, big cannon, but
Yeah,
it was very disappointing for what I mean. And Zygarde in itself is just
like
like
is
what
this
was
like a
the Power
heavier?
Rangers thing called?
Yeah,
That's his
like
head.
the
The
mega
Megazord.
Zord.
Is that what
Yeah,
it's called?
I was just gonna say like so
It's
this is the
just
head.
that.
So like what? And then he has like a just an attachment of a big bazooka type rocket launcher on his
Yeah, like how much do you know about Zygarde?
none 0%. Well,
Okay,
now
so
1%.
Zygarde has 3 different forms, right?
Okay,
Has the 10%. So it's essentially Zygarde is made up of Zygarde cells. And you get all 100 cells together and it becomes perfect form after meeting certain criteria. It has to like lose half its health and then it all of a sudden becomes Megazord version. But there's the first version that's like a dog, and then there's like it's like a snake at 50% version. So it has like 3 different versions. Then the final version, is just if you just cut off the blimp on the top, it's just that. It's kind of like Rayquaza. You know how Rayquaza has to have Dragon Ascent to
right.
Mega
Yeah,
in the Gen 3 remix. It's essentially the same thing where he has to fall below half health, and then he becomes the complete form, and then he can Mega.
got it. That's interesting.
It doesn't it's a lot. It's too convoluted for me, but
Yeah. No, I mean, and like,
there are I'm sure there are
now that
fans
I
out there.
understand what you just said, it's a little weird. And I like the Pokemon Center box more because it is like zoomed in. It looks like it's
Yes,
the same picture, like they zoomed in right here in this section.
that's
But like,
100% what happened.
why'd you cut out the part that makes it mega in the image? Now that
The
understand,
the
do you know what I mean?
hopefully
Like,
because they realize it looks dumb.
so I don't know. I mean, look, Mega Dragonite got a lot of hate. I do love Dragonite and Ascended. Again, we will pause on Ascended, but
Mhm.
like I mean, this right here, I wish I could zoom in more. This
I'm so
Tyrant.
excited for my little boy. I
Like
love this
again, I
card.
don't know. Is this Gen 6? I don't know much about it,
He is
but
Gen
like
6. He's a Gen 6 fossil.
it looks really cool. I'm interested to see like is there like a whole dinosaur? Like again, I'm so disconnected from a lot of the generations. So I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of
Yeah,
liking it.
and that's kinda like what it comes down to a lot of times. If you have no relationship with
Yep.
Gen 6, right? Then Zygarde means nothing to you unless you play Legends ZA, and Legends ZA is a fine game. It's not worth 60, $70 or whatever it is, especially if you have to pay for the DLC, the
Yep.
other $30. I got it for streaming, that's the only reason. It's a tax write-off, but
There you go.
it's if you look at if you only are focused on Gen 6, which I mainline games, most people only play mainline games. Zygarde has so little relevancy in X and Y that you will have no relationship with him unless you play Legends EA. And that's why realistically, I don't understand why they focused on him for a set.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't quite make sense to me.
I mean, yeah, and again, I don't know. I kind of had this feeling when Black and White came out, but Black and White was such a really awesome TCG set because it was two main sets came out at the same time. You've had different rarity cards in the BWR, Zekrom, and the Reshiram, and the Red Victini. but I
Mm,
didn't have like I didn't feel the way I felt about black and white as I did 151 because I
yeah.
wasn't in the hobby after Gen 3. I want to say maybe the beginning of Gen 3. So I don't even know. Gen 5 was way out, 6 out. And I came back at the tail end of Sword and Shield, but so I really don't even know what Pokemon were introduced in Gen 8, and now Gen 9. I was the first full era that I've been in since I was a kid. So,
Yeah, yeah, and realistically, if I understand why people think this is gonna tank, right? Because if you think, "Oh, it's Zygarde," no one cares about Zygarde. Very true. Mega Starmie, there are people that love that thing, because of the storyline behind it, like it's connecting this artist, this, animator, I think he created anime, 3 different animes, and there's now a Pokemon that represents 1 character from each of them. So it's like this cool little tie-in to Japanese culture, which I 100% love, but no one care like, it's divisive. Some people love it because it's a
yeah,
meme, some people think it's the dumbest thing, and 'cause Starmie's so cool. Mega Clefable, I love because I like my little acorn head. It's just cute. I like Clefable in general, and Meowth, whatever.
yeah.
But think about it this way. I'm gonna tell you a set that had a starter from Gen 8 that people liked enough, but it was I mean, Gen 8 starters have never been the crowning achievement of starters, right?
What's the Gen 8 starters? Which one was it? Score Bunny?
I'm not gonna say that yet, just so I don't
Go ahead.
spoil what the set is.
Yep.
You have a spider Pokemon from Gen 5 that people think is perfectly fine, but no one's like, "Oh, I love this Pokemon." I forgot what the third one is because I can't see it in the picture I'm looking at right now. And then you have the legendary from Gen 9 that has a bunch of different forms that have certain criteria you have to meet to evolve them into their different forms and then to
Yep.
terrestrialize them in their specific forms. And that booster box is currently sitting at $264. And Stellar Crown.
Damn.
No one cares about the main art from Stellar Crown. No one gives a rip about Terrapagos. No one gives a rip about Galvantula. Score Bunny, whatever. It doesn't even have an illustration rare in there. There is no illustration rare for Score Bunny. It's just a full art EX.
Yeah.
$264 a box.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what we see. If we get into it though, if we get into it and it's like a bunch of lesser known illustration rares, there's nothing that like really draws people in. There's not
Right.
a Bulbasaur or Squirtle type. Sure, this might be getting closer to 200. I don't even think it's not going to drop below 200 by any real means.
Yeah. I mean, that's the part, right? Like we don't know what else is in here, and I don't know what else. Like you can. Where was? Let me see. Like the lineup is what over 120 over 120 cards. So I don't know what that means, but let's see.
Are you talking about
Uh,
for perfect order?
yeah. Just to
Yeah.
say, I mean, 4 megas, which we know, yeah, Zygarde, Clefable, Starmie, and Skarmory, which we
Yeah,
haven't
why
seen.
didn't they put they have Mega Skarmory there? Why didn't they put Mega Skarmory on the pack?
Yeah.
What did happen to our boy?
So
It's a
this
perfectly
goes.
fine Mega.
I want to do a series like who the f is making decisions over at Pokemon because this would fall perfectly in there. But like there's 9 EXs, 11 illustration rares. So we don't know any of the illustration rares, but you figure
Nope.
it would be versions of these. So we might even get a Clefairy
Maybe,
or
but if you think
whatever.
about what I was just saying about Stellar Crown, Scorpion or
Yeah, that's true.
Cinderace doesn't have a illustration.
Yeah.
So, we could be getting Meowth could be on the cover and he not have an illustration rare.
I mean,
Or Mega Starmie. I'm sure Mega Starmie will, but like
yeah.
Mega Clefable might not. You
Because
never
like
know.
6 special illustration rares, you figure you're gonna have one of these three. I don't think Meowth's gonna be
Zygarde
one.
will 100% be. Zygarde will 100% be.
Yeah, Zygarde, Clefable, and then Skarmory and Starmie. So that's 4. There's got to be 2 more, and they'll probably be
Well, it's
trainers.
also supporter cards, yeah.
Yeah, so they'll probably be trainer cards. Do we get a gold in this set? I don't know.
There's probably I think they're doing that with pretty much every Mega set at this point, so
Yep,
I'd guess.
yep. So that'll be interesting to see which one gets. I mean, out of the, I mean, it might be the Zygarde because that's kind of like the focus here. Um, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, good point. So Terrapagos is Gen 9 legendary.
Big Turtle. the big turtle.
Wow. Okay. So what's
So
Miraidon
it's
and
technically
Groudon
it's like
stand on?
the third legendary. So
Okay.
you play the main game
Right.
up until the point you have Koraidon. You get Koraidon and Miraidon at the very
Yeah.
beginning. You kind of go through that.
That game I started to play. I
But
just need more time to play it.
yeah, and the I don't remember. It might be the gosh. It's been a while. I think it might be the DLC that you face Terabagos, or maybe it's at the very end of
The regular game.
the main game. I don't know. It's been a while since I played the DLC for that game. It's either one,
Yeah.
but that's when you face Terabagos and you go through this whole process. So it's again, it's like Zygarde. That's why I think Stellar. If for people that are sitting there saying this set sucks, this set's going to just ruin the market. This is the market correction. Everybody loves saying that. They've been saying that literally for over a year
Right.
since Journey Together, and then whatever else. Stellar Crown is still being printed. It's not going out of rotation right now. That's going to be still in rotation for this next
Yep.
year.
Yep.
It has a Terapagos card is dropped to like the third or fourth most. The top SIR is like the third card. It's like
Yep.
$30.
Yep.
Is the Bulbasaur and the Squirtle. If we get a Charmander, or if we get a Pikachu, or if we get something in an illustration rare, we haven't had a Pikachu illustration rare in a while.
Well,
You know, Surging Sparks.
I'm interested to see because I just pulled this up and it's the now that you bring it up is like the mega forms and right we just got new mega forms for
I was just
Raichu.
thinking that.
So now that you
Get
brought
two
that
different
up,
mega forms of Raichu.
yeah, so it's like X and Y. Is that this? Yeah. So like
Yeah,
you
it's
can
X
see
and Y.
like I just when you see the game version and then the TCG version, like you can
That's
see how they're
adorable.
gonna it's awesome. Yeah, it really is. Like I mean, obviously, definitely more with the outlines and stuff like that. You can see it differently. But here's your Clefable, which I think looks way better than
I
this.
love
And
it does look way better as the Skarmory art is way
do you know what
better.
I'm saying? And even the Victory Bell, which will save our I don't know our thoughts on this thing. I mean, again, I
I have
feel
no
like they're
thought.
trying to do things differently, so I can't knock them for trying to do things different. Like the Charizard has the X and the Y. So like again, this looks weird. This looks okay to me. I don't know. I think I
Still
just like
looks weird, but it's not as weird.
right. No, and even this, like you see how you can kind of
Yeah.
see more defined lines in the wings. I guess on the head wings. I don't know what we call those, but like I don't
I've
know.
never
This
I never cared for the design for this. I understand why it's like that, but like, oh yeah, because we're in
Meganium.
Ascended, we're gonna have all these starters are gonna be sick.
Yep.
We've already seen some of those cards and they're really cool.
Yeah, they do look really cool. Again, like this looks kind of crappy compared to that, obviously. But then
I've
here's
never
the
liked I
Skarmory,
don't
which
understand
I'm
it.
not sure what changes with Skarmory. I don't know, but
He's just different color, different talons, essentially.
what's this?
The
Aegis?
weirdest mega.
Is this
It's
Aegis
Mega
Star?
Chimecho.
Oh, Chimecho. Okay.
Chimecho for some reason. This
Chimecho.
looks sick.
Yeah, Absol. Like again, I think, and even in Mega, like the Mega Absol card looks kind of cool.
We'll also have the new Mega Lucario form that might be in there.
Yes, this looks sick. So is Mega Lucario getting? Is this X and Y too? Is that what?
So this is so
Or
the ones
Z?
that you see that have already, yeah, it's the Z. So Absol Z, Garchomp
And
Z,
what were you just about to say?
and
That already have the what?
I was gonna say the ones that already have Mega is the different form of Mega is now the Z form, which some I like, some I don't care as much. But the thing is, that's where it comes down to. With Perfect Order, we could have said the exact same thing sitting here if Stellar Crown was coming out, and we see
Right.
what Stellar Crown's doing right now. We could have said the exact same thing when Journey
Right.
Together came out. We saw the cards for Journey Together, and people were still thinking it was going to tank the market, and
Yeah,
it didn't.
I
It's
wanted to pull up
it's
Stellar.
maybe the lowest of the current era, but it's still a $230 box.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, look
Yeah,
at this.
Terrapagos is fourth now.
Terrapagos fourth, yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful card. When I pulled this card the first time, I was like,
Sure.
this is beautiful. I mean, it's very close to the dash bun. I don't know. This is cute. Again, look, artwork just really just drives it. But like, yeah, I mean, this set is
But also look at the most expensive card. It's a $72 Squirtle. The thing is, we can look at these individual cards and say this set should not be $230 a box.
yeah. I
But
mean,
it is.
that's the sealed tax on everything. Like,
Singles, the individual singles, a box is not the sum of its parts.
correct.
A booster box is not the sum of its parts. We cannot gauge, oh, we don't like the Pokemon we're seeing on the pack art, therefore it's going to suck. We have to
Yep.
see what's actually going to be in it. And if we get a sick card, if we get a I mean, look, we're overdue for a Charmander.
Yeah.
It's been since Obsidian Flames, the third set
Yeah.
in Scarlet Violet, and we just had the Phantasmal Flames set come out. We're due for a Charmander. We're due for a
That
you
could have used a
know
Charmander. Like it could have used both a Charmander and a Charmeleon, in my opinion.
yeah
You gave us arguably the best Charizard artwork ever. Um, a little botched with
yeah
the English with the writing on the Charmander face, but you know,
fair.
arguably one of the best. It's a little dark. Um, for me, I think we pulled one last night live on stream. Actually, is it over here somewhere?
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, it was awesome. But
I want that card so bad.
you know, it's fire. I think it's probably like the fourth one that we pulled, third or yeah. So I
Mm,
mean, so the fact that we didn't get those, it kind of like the set needed something else, right? It definitely needs
yeah,
something. When we thought um that we were gonna get the Mega Gengar in that set, like we were like, holy shit, like this set's gonna pop off like no
yeah.
others with those artworks. But then we're getting the Gengar in an even bigger set. So I don't know, man.
I mean,
But
even something like right now, Shrouded Fable is still sold out. You still can't buy Shrouded
dude,
Fable. Like
Shrouded
it doesn't
Fable,
matter. Everything is sold out. No one cares about Shrouded Fable.
but like some of those cards in there, have you seen the price of some of the Shrouded Fable stuff? Like the
It's
Houndoom,
low.
the Persian. I'm like, wow. Like,
The
I
top
mean,
chase in there is $42 or something like that.
let me open up Shrouded real quick. But real quick, I want to ask
Yeah.
you a question. Do you think because have you
Mhm.
seen the leaks of like the Greninja, the Mega Greninja, and stuff coming from the next set? So you got to figure it's
Mhm.
probably coming in like May or June, and we're already seeing those. Do you think that they're purposely doing that because of like the crazy negative push that it got online?
Nah.
Why would we get
No.
those cards? I don't know.
So what I think is well, one, have we confirmed that that's real? We
We
don't know that
haven't.
100%
We
that is
haven't.
real.
No.
So I hope it is because it's gorgeous. I love the art of Lily's Clefairy, and the fact that they have the same artist doing that, it just looks good.
Yep.
But here's the thing. I think the Pokemon Company one knows they can do whatever they want
Yep.
and people will buy it. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. So so I think a year ago when they were planning and starting the print run, or however long it is when they start their print runs of stuff, I think the idea of having two small sets before Ascended Heroes was on purpose. Um, and even having a set that is clearly not going to be a chase set, because I don't think even the
Yeah.
Pokemon Company is wise enough to know that it's not. There's no chases in there right now. Could be once we see illustration rares, we don't know, but for now, there's nothing in there. That's going to be like the $200 chase that's going to keep it afloat. Though it doesn't matter because seal goes anyway. But I think we're seeing stuff that is just Pokemon Company right now is saying, how do we keep this going for as long as we can get it going?
No,
Like they don't they
100%.
wanted to they're the
But they
reason they're
also
dropping us into like
like to that point that you just said, how do we keep this going for as long as possible? We there is such thing as fatigue even on popular Pokemon. Like we there was Charizard fatigue in the early year or so of Scarlet and Violet where we had Obsidian Flames, then we had 151, then we had a Charizard in Paldean Fates, and then they hit us up with the Charizard tins, and then they hit us up with the Charizard, that
mhm,
$80 box with the figure in it, and it's just like there is such thing even in the popular Pokemon. So to introduce something like this, and even someone like me that just had no idea who these Pokemon are, again, I learned so much, like just by opening up the packs live on a stream, and then just like I actually start liking these Pokemon, and I'm like, wait, this is from Gen 9. This is brand new. This is something that just came
yeah,
out. Like so, to that point, it is. And then they're doing Mega right now, so we gotta go through what four main sets this year, and some specialty sets thrown
mhm,
in that are gonna highlight other Mega Pokemon. Like we got Mega Charizard already. That's it. Like we're gonna get Mega Charizard Y in a gold card coming in Ascended. I don't know if we'll get an SIR of it. There was some type of alternate art card for Y, I believe, in Pokemon Pocket. So I don't know if they're just also trying to like
there was
really have some
yeah,
here, have some here, have some here, and then bring people to all parts. But like, yeah, like you have to throw it. So keeping an eye on like the market and how it's going, they are like doing trademarks on something for like Ninja Spinner, which I heard was something that's where
Mhm.
everyone's getting the Greninja from. Then there's going to be something for Emerald, something for the Rayquaza, and then so who I don't. There's got to be at least two or three more sets that are going to highlight other mega type Pokemon. It'll be the ones that we're seeing here probably because we're getting a bunch. We're getting pretty much all those except for Victory Bell. I haven't seen anything for Victory Bell,
That's fine.
really. So who knows? Like they might throw that in somewhere. You don't know. It's not going to be something that's going to drive it, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. They have to figure out a way to make it last, tie to the game. Bring people to the game back for a DLC. Who knows? You might get something that pops
Mhm.
up. To your point, we're definitely going to get, I think, a new Pikachu Raichu chase with those. There's no reason why they would do that as a DLC and not. That'd be stupid of them not to.
Yeah, yeah, you don't introduce 2 different evolutions of Pikachu and not
Right.
do anything with that. And the other thing is, like, in the end, there we have so much going on this year
Yeah.
that is gonna keep it that they this market, I'll clarify this, I don't want this. I know people think like, "Oh, you 2 sell Pokemon cards." I don't want this to happen. I want to be able to collect and sell. I want to be able to have both worlds. Right now, I
Yep.
can't.
Yep.
Um, they could easily keep this market going the rest of the year because
Oh yeah.
we're gonna
Exactly.
have Ascended Heroes is gonna come out, and Ascended Heroes is gonna be so hard to get, and Ascended Heroes is gonna be so expensive, and it's gonna be prismatic, but with better pull rates.
Yep.
It's gonna be prismatic with
Better
illustration,
pull rates and
hopefully.
less availability out the gate.
Like, it's just gonna be 3 months or 2 months before we see ETBs hit.
Hmm.
We're gonna have then the bundles hit, like, even later than that. They're gonna drag this out, and then they'll throw in Perfect Order, and Perfect Order will be Journey Together, where people will buy it, and they'll open it and be like, "Oh, cool. And Zoroark's fine. Lily's Clefairy's fine." You know, "Oh, you know what? I actually don't mind the Mega Clefable. It's cute because it's
Hmm.
gonna be a very pinky, cute card, I'm sure." And then we're gonna have Ninja Spinner, and Greninja's one of the most popular Pokemon out there, so who knows what that set's gonna be. That set could be insane.
Right. That'll be like where the Destin Rival slot was right before summer. But in
Yeah,
tandem, in parallel, is 30th anniversary rollouts too, on top of,
exactly.
of all this mega stuff. So, dude, honestly, they're gonna have no problem. They're gonna have not even a single ounce of an issue keeping this going through the end of this year. And then what?
Yeah.
And then Gen 10?
Well, but say and in all this, we gotta remember, this isn't where their money is made. Their money is made in the games because they don't spend that much on it. So, Gen 10's gonna hit. I think it's all but assured that Gen 10's gonna be hitting late in November. So,
Like
probably
leaks of
maybe
it, and then we'll get it what in next year game? Because what do they do with
no, no,
Scarlet
no, like,
Violet?
it's the
They
game's
release
gonna come out in November.
really? So like a
Because so
year,
they're the typical timeline, so the timeline for most games is about 3 to 4 years,
right?
between games. So we had 2021 was when Scarlet Violet came out, or 2020 sorry, 2022 is when Scarlet Violet came out. So we are now going into the 4th year from it. So we're about due for it. It's
Mhm.
the 30th anniversary, and when Scarlet Violet came out, they had BDSP, which was awful, but they also had Legends Arceus come out in the winter of the previous year,
So a
and it's
similar
kinda like the
timeline
the
to this then.
tide over. So I think looking at the timeline and hearing the rumors, because 'cause we've already seen rumors on what the game's gonna be and the concepts of the game, I think probably the next couple months they'll announce Gen 10, and then so we're gonna have new generation, the 10th generation. I'm sure they're gonna be doing something with it. I'd almost be stunned if megas weren't involved,
Right.
plus a new gimmick, kinda like they did with, Gen 7, where they had their gimmick, but also megas were still there. And
What
then we're gonna
was
have that happening with all of these sets coming out, and Ascended Heroes hitting, and then
mhm,
I remember there being a rumor of another, like, generation focused set. I thought it was Gen 3 or 4. It may have been just a rumor. I haven't looked it up in a little bit, but if
okay.
something like that hits,
Yeah.
this market, as much as I don't like the fact that everything's so expensive because it hurts everyone,
Yep.
except for scalpers, which I'm fine with hurting them,
Yep.
not physically. um, we don't want this, and
No.
it's sadly, I don't think it's gonna stop in the near future. And let
But
me
yeah.
clarify something real quick for people that might be questioning this concept where it's like, oh, if things go down, this is a rant that I've been on with a couple different people, and I'm gonna introduce you to it.
Let's do it.
the idea of, oh, you will only succeed when everything's hyped up in business. No, people succeed just fine
Mhm.
when things are low because guess what? It's way easier to get that stuff. So
Yep.
you can charge less and still make your same profit margin. Again, the only people that are going to suffer when this goes down is people that were not prepared and are just flipping stuff,
Yep.
which, they're just like buy it from their dealer, or people that are just buying collections, which I have been doing for a while and I'm now changing pace to prepare for that future reality. Um, and then in scalpers, which we're fine with, the people that will not suffer are people that have built good foundations of business,
Yep.
that understand risk management to where they're not over leveraging and expensive stuff that's going to drop. It's you get it, you sell it. Like you're not grabbing this stuff at the prices it's at and then saying I'm gonna sit on it. No, you're like cool. Hey, oh, I hit my mic. Hey, we've got a phantasmal break going. We got a mega evolution break. We got
Yeah.
ETBs of prismatic break. We or whatever like bundles. You have these things happening. It's constant turnaround, and you're making the same percentage. So when things drop, we're gonna still be making our percentage, and we're gonna be still churning it out, and it may be a slightly slower pace, but we'll still be able to fund it,
And it'll be
especially for
cheaper to
people that
people.
either yeah, it's for people that are established in it,
Yeah.
like, they're gonna be survive just fine. Plenty of people survived 2020, late 2021 through 2024 just
Yep.
fine.
Yep.
We'll survive, and then we'll be ready for the next boom, and we'll be doing even better off. We'll be
No, that
great.
was my biggest struggle,
Eh
right? Because I had low price points. Like that was my draw. Like people on top of my insanely obnoxious at points New York style craziness, right? Like I have a full-time
My
job. I do this.
cab.
I do the cabs are here. I do this on the side, right? So like I'm able
Yeah.
to not I don't rely on this for income to pay bills and when I do it for fun. I do it on the side. Yes, do I make money on it? Yes. Am I making a killing on it? Absolutely not. But I love what I've built here with the amazing people that are always constantly supporting. And they see it too. So like when the prices started going up, it really like shook me. I'm like, how do I move forward? Because I
Mhm.
don't want to raise my prices. And then one of my buddies goes by Salty Salmon. He's like, dude, if people loved what you were doing and you stopped, they're gonna go somewhere else. So if you can
Yep.
still offer pricing at lower than what your competitors are or what other people doing the same thing you're doing, people will still come. And that's kind of like what I've come to terms with. And I always tell people if I when the time comes that I'm able to get stuff, I will be able to finally offer it to them to buy straight out. Because right now I don't offer booster boxes. Mainly thing I offer are ETBs and bundles, but booster boxes I need for breaks. People always ask me how much for a booster
Mhm.
box, and I can sell them a booster box, but then eight other people don't have the opportunity to open that box. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So like
Yep.
that's the part that so I worked through it all like that. But again, and that's why I got distro in last January. There's literally nothing on the distro site to get, so it's still scraps. I'm able to get what I can get. I try to pre-order as much as I can, and I try to maximize what I can buy. So I continue to just build buying power. So when the time comes, I can get a bunch. We're gonna get a bunch, and then we'll bring the
Risk
prices down,
management and
and then we'll see what it
liquidity.
is. That's what it comes down
The
to.
the the 2 things I remember from business school, risk management, if you're going to go in on something, understand what your risks are if
Yep.
everything falls apart.
And then
And
and
liquidity,
like
if
I
you
was
can't buy stuff, it doesn't matter.
yeah. No,
Doesn't
like
matter what
but
the
I was
market's
telling
doing if
my
you can't buy it.
brother this. I'm like, dude, like I everything that I've made, I've put back into it. And like so like if I made something, I put it back into if I want to keep something sealed, for the future, if I want to trade up for something in 10 years from now,
Yeah,
this is what I'm doing. So like that's kind of like how I've built my positions as well. It's like, okay, so like I really didn't make much, but I open my collector app and I have certain things that are sealed and it's built up to be this nice little healthy little number. So if I ever want to like move it
yeah,
into something else, like if I ever want to move it into a high graded card, I will. But you know, I think people kind of they see a quick buck opportunity, and that's like not what I'm doing. I don't know. Everyone's doing it for different
exactly.
reasons, right? But and I'm
That's
not
the
trying to
biggest
knock
thing.
anybody, but you know,
I've had people. I had a comment today on the video I posted last week about like, oh, this is our beanie baby. This is our beanie babies. The quicker you realize that, the better. I was like, first of all, brother, it's so funny to call something
no,
that's celebrating its 30th anniversary. That's the biggest media franchise in the world. Beanie Babies.
right?
Second, if everything right now, if so, I just bought another collection. I actually got a bunch of cards sitting here. I'm going to sort through tomorrow. but I bought another collection. I'm getting ready to, I'm implementing the stuff I was talking about in my videos for running the business part. And if right now the market just drops and everything's below MSRP, that's fine because I've managed my risk.
Yep.
If I have to hold or liquidate some of this stuff, this is all house money. I'm not putting things I need to pay bills into this.
Right.
I'm not putting,
100%.
if it's risk management. You have to understand. I know this is not the point of the podcast today, but this is just
Yeah.
my rant today.
Listen,
We'll just make a
it's good.
segment, just my rants.
Rant,
Um,
rant of the day.
yeah, if you go into this without risk management, yeah, you'll probably
Yeah.
get screwed. If you go into this knowing your risk and what your risk tolerance is, you will benefit pretty much regardless because people can sell in all markets. You'll never hit only highs, and you'll never only buy low. You'll have some in between, but if you average it out and figure it out and work through it and learn, you will come out on top. You'll come
Yep.
out in the plus, and that's all that matters right now, especially
Yeah.
for people that are watching us who shouldn't be thinking that they're going to be Pokey or
Right. No,
all
but
poke or one of these guys.
nostalgianomics, all my faves.
Yeah.
But like, like there's so many things that happened in this market. Like a lot of people forget. Well, I think a lot of people remember, and that's the problem. They remember a price point that they were getting things at, and they can't get that price point out of their head. And I don't blame you for that, because like, why would I pay $8 when I was paying $4 for something? It's just the how it is. But people that weren't in the hobby at $4 only know $8, so they're like, oh, $8, fine, I'm getting it. $7? Oh,
Yeah.
steal. I'm getting it more. 6? I'm getting more. But it during the hype of this is when I went to my first pre-release tournaments. I went journey together with
Mhm.
my first one. So like so many things happened in this, and I am in this. So some people that aren't really in it, like I am, they've done this too. I went to my first like local card show in a Long Island TCG show. Shout out to Long Island TCG show. Which the past one they just did one in January. People that bought tickets midday at 2 p.m. were still waiting in line at that point to get in. It was mobbed. We went in December. Thank
Mhm.
God it snowed that day because we got in. But like my kid, my kids, my nephew, we're all going together. We're doing something together now. My brother's taking him. We're all meeting there. We're looking for specific Pokemon. Like I'm teaching them how to collect, not a main set because right now that could be expensive. But my son, he wants to collect Lucarios. Beautiful. Let's go to every booth. Let's flip through the binders, buddy. We're gonna look through all the Lucarios. My daughter wants to collect Boltund. Not a popular Pokemon by any means. She likes
Not a hard
dogs.
one to
She
find.
likes Yamper. She likes Bolt. Let's collect Boltunds. Let's do it. Because I'm collecting Zapdos. I'm collecting Articuno, and I'm
Mhm.
collecting Moltres. So they see this. They see Dad, and they're like, okay. But these things happened at the height. This is the peak of Pokemon, as far as popularity and all of it, right? So,
Yep.
I mean, good things have come from this as well. I don't know.
Yeah, there's always ways to make to work it to make a little bit of money, make a little bit of money while also treating people well and making sure people aren't just getting screwed over like a lot of people are screwing people over. Those
Mm-hmm.
people won't last. And there's also, I mean, I have a whole series going on social media on short form that's just budget collecting each set. Like, hey, I'm going through the Scarlet Violet era, thinking, okay, what's the cheapest stuff?
Yep.
There's so many cards like $1, $2, $3, $4 that are like, I mean, they're like pretty much everything I put on there is illustration rares
You
that
forget
are
about them.
less than an MSRP pack.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Right.
if you pulled them from a pack, you're like, that's a hit. It's like a $2 a room. But I'm just like, you can look through these things. And just, I mean, that's what I've been doing for this binder because I'm trying not to do it expensively.
Yeah.
I have a few cards that I pulled. Like I have like Zapdos from 151 and a Squirtle from 151 and
Love it.
uh, the restaurant from Black and White. Like I've got the illustration rare. I've got some of those in there. But like for the most part, I'm like picking up $1, $2, $3, $4 illustration rares because I'm like, I need a Garganackle,
Right.
from Gen 9. I'm like,
Yeah.
sweet, this is a really cool one that has all these other Pokemon hanging out with it in there.
Yeah.
$2. You can collect in this market.
Yeah.
You
No,
just
because like
can't
to your
open
point,
packs.
you go rip a pack of Scarlet and Violet base, right? Like, yeah, look at
Right
that.
there.
Like, if you go rip a pack at
$3
7
cards.
bucks, you could go out and buy. And granted, there's a big difference between opening up packs and buying singles. I get it. I think
Yeah, for
people should
sure.
do both just so they can experience both. But like, there comes a time where you need to just stop ripping packs on a set, especially if you're mastering it and you have a bunch of it, and you move into buying the singles. But to your point, if you're getting a $1 to $2 illustration rare, and we consider that a hit in a pack, you can buy 2 or 3 at the current price of some of these packs. You know what I mean? So,
Or just like you adapt with the market's doing. If packs are crazy expensive and singles aren't, because singles right now have been coming down a good bit, buy singles. And then when things go down and it's really easy to get packs, and you just walk into Walmart or Dollar General for some reason and get a bunch of packs, then do that. You know,
right.
you can just adapt your collecting to whatever
Yeah.
fits the market. You just may not get exactly what you want in that moment, but
Mm-hmm.
that's never a strategy with anything, is to demand exactly what you want in that very moment.
Yeah. No, it's a wild ride. And people always come into my stream and they ask like, "Hey, I'm just getting into the amount of people that come in to a TikTok live stream and saying
Yeah.
this is the first time I'm opening a Pokemon." I'm actually like, "Wow, this is awesome!" But welcome in, guys. You know, so happy you're here. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, because people in the chat love to help people out. At least in my chat, they love to help people out, answer questions. It's a friendly group of people. So but the amount of people that are new are like, wow, okay, like this is awesome. It really is cool. Like, I'm like, I wish I was them, like coming into it for the first time ever in
Yeah.
in 30th in the 30th anniversary year. You know what I mean? Like, it's wild to even think about. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that kind of sums up our video. We started with perfect order, and we went off on our little what's the segment we're gonna call it? Tangent. What was it?
Just the daily tangent or something like that.
Tangent of the day, the day, something like that. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're still here, let's drop some type of emoji. What emoji should we? I don't know. I don't know if anyone's still going to be here. Anyway,
I have no clue.
yeah. So anyway, we started with perfect order. We ended off on our beautiful little TCG in a whole tangent. I love it. Next episode is probably going to be next week. We're going to try to do these weekly. And I think we want to talk about Ascended next week, because we will be
I think so.
a week out from official release, which is going to be crazy. So hopefully we'll get some more information. We'll see if any leaks come out. We'll cover those as well. But we definitely want to focus on Ascended and going into Ascended. So again, if you're still here, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to put Kota Collects stuff in the comments and the description below as well, so you can follow my boy on all of his socials. Yeah, we appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you guys in the next Savage Pokepod episode. Peace out, guys.